Welcome back to That Fight Card Podcast with the latest and most in-depth news in the MMA community. Hosted by Spider.
Hello, everybody. This is Spider here once again. This is the Fight Card Podcast coming to you from San Antonio, Texas. Being joined today once again by Aaron Suarez. Aaron,
hey,
how are you, bro?
I'm doing great, man. Appreciate you having me again.
No, not a problem, man. I know the last episode we got like 2 more likes, so that's definitely worth the investment.
Please, man. Anything that's gonna bring me back here, get me out of the house, get me out of trouble. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, for sure, man. Now, today is actually your day off, of course, right?
Yeah, day off.
You didn't call in or anything? Get in trouble?
I blocked that number, so
there you go.
Even if they needed help.
No, for sure, man. Man, I do appreciate your time, bro, once again. Now, there's a couple of things that I wanted to bring up. One of them was the fight coming up with Bellator, man.
Yeah.
Now, this is Bellator MMA. We actually have Fedor, the Last Emperor, fighting Tim Johnson.
Yeah.
Now, that card, you actually almost fought for Bellator.
Yeah.
And that was here in San Antonio, man. So I'm going to bring that up in a little bit, but just so those listening can hear and know that, you know.
I used to be somebody.
There you go. I wasn't going to go there, bro. But
don't worry. I got it. I got it for us.
But let me say, man, as far as the fight, man, Fedor has not fought since 2019.
Yeah.
Now, that fight with Rampage, of course. Mm-hmm. Did you watch that fight?
You know what? I didn't, man. I didn't. But I also, Rampage hasn't been the same. I think he came in, 240. I don't know what it was, but he looked horrible. Sorry, Rampage. Yeah, you looked like crap. No,
for sure, man. You see, and that was one of the things that it wasn't so much that he came in heavy. He just came in out of shape.
Yeah, sloppy.
The man himself said he didn't train for it properly. He wasn't taking it seriously, so of course he lost the fight.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, man, what would you have thought if Rampage was training and fought Fedor, man?
If he was training, he was doing his thing, I think that fight goes a little bit differently. I still think Fedor would have won. I just, with the amount of experience that he has, his training, I really wouldn't see Rampage beating him anyways, whether he was in shape or out of shape. So.
No, for sure, man. I would have thought this. I was thinking the same thing. I'm a huge fan of Fedor. I will say this, man, because before I've said it, I am a fan of Brazilian MMA fighters. Mm-hmm. And when he fought Ricardo Arona, this was for rings in Japan. And I think he lost that fight. A lot of people say he didn't, but I was maybe, I'm being biased.
Yeah, it's a Brazilian bias, man.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So, he went to Pride, and of course he was undefeated. The guys fought for Strikeforce. Bellator got him, and now he's there, man. But are you going to be watching that fight? That's going to be Saturday.
I'm going to watch the fight, so hopefully I can come back and we can talk more mess about that. But I definitely will, man. I think anytime you have a year or two off, not being active and then coming back, and then it'll be interesting to see what Fedor does. I'm sorry. He looks out of shape. He doesn't have the fighter's body or whatever. So I'm always interested in what he does.
No, for sure, man. Now, his opponent, Tim Johnson, man, I looked the guy up. I've seen him fight. Mm-hmm. One of the fights that I did watch was actually a loss in Bellator. But the guy, he is 36 years of age. He's got 10 fights under his belt. Trains with Extreme Couture. Now, he is ranked number 2 in the Bellator roster, man. So what does that say about the promotion?
Okay. I can probably come in and be number 3, right now. So
let's do it, man.
Yeah,
Scott Coker.
Do it. Yeah, come call me. I don't have anything to do this weekend.
There you go.
But yeah, I think with Tim, be number 2. Okay, that's adorable.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm not too concerned for Fedor losing the fight or anything like that. So even with being out a year.
No, you see, and that's gonna, like you said, it's gonna be interesting because I'm looking forward to watching. Mm-hmm. And of course, I'm pretty sure Fedor's out there running in the woods and fighting trees and everything else. Man. I see him being in shape,
spinning around and then shadow boxing when he's dizzy. Yeah,
there
all
you
that
go.
fun stuff. Yeah.
I don't think he's like Khabib wrestling bears, man, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he would.
Yeah, same.
I don't know. Now, let me ask you, bro. Now, going back to your possible fight with Bellator, I mean, that was going to happen here in San Antonio. And it's interesting because that was supposed to be your comeback fight into the sport.
Yeah. It was. I had just gotten insurance, through my job, and so I was able to, I can get the medicals and everything like that paid for. And then they called me and they're like, hey, you want to fight, in a month or two or whatever against one of your old teammates, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, whatever, and it was Gilbert Jimenez. So yeah, Gilbert, you still owe me a fight. No, I'm just kidding. Don't come after me, Gilbert. I'm kidding, dude. And then of course later on, I get a call and I'm like, hey, you're not picked up, and I'm like, all right, well, whatever. And then Gilbert tells me, yeah, no, I turned it down. No, man, this is for my fight, not for you. And I know he had something where carjacker had shot him, and he was kind of like his story. And I forget who they gave him, but of course Gilbert won, which I would expect it with him with that fight. And so it turned out to be a great story for him. It just kind of left me on the sidelines. So here I am doing podcasts now.
There you go, man. Bottom of the barrel, bro.
Yeah, hey, I'm right here with you, buddy.
No, and I didn't even get a fight in Bellator, man. So where does that put me?
Well, see, it still puts you above because you didn't have the chance. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there you go, man. I don't have to take that loss.
Yeah,
personally.
You know what I mean. It's just like I got pegged last, for dodgeball.
Definitely, man. Now, actually, the opponent that he fought was Aaron Behringer.
Okay.
And that fight, I was actually there for the promotion. I mean, it did happen here at the
amphitheater.
No, actually, it happened at the Majestic Theater.
Majestic, that's right.
I almost forgot, man.
Yeah.
But it was an awkward choice. Mm-hmm. It was on a Thursday, and the promotion basically, I mean, they flopped. Not many tickets sold. The card itself was stacked, had a lot of locals, had a lot of good fighters, man. But one of the things I had told the promoter back then, because he was asking me, like, man, what did we do wrong? And I told him, I said, San Antonio, we like to party, man, but only on the weekend. We're responsible, man. We don't party during the week.
No, Thursday fights, gross.
Yeah, man. So it was a bad choice for them, man. They actually came back a second time after that, and same results. It just wasn't meant to be. But with that being said, Scott Coker, man, we're ready, bro. You put it on the Friday, and we got Aaron Suarez ready to step in.
I'm ready, man.
There you go.
If you can let Rampage come in that shape, well, you can let me too.
There you go, man. There you go, bro. Actually, even fight Rampage, man. That'd be a good fight.
Yeah, let's go, man.
As long as they pay you, right?
Yeah, as long as they pay me, man. My Instagram's gonna blow up now.
Let's make it happen, man. Let's make it happen. Now, brother, with that being said, man, I mean, the Bellator fight coming up, of course, I'm looking forward to it. There was another topic I wanted to talk about was actually the movie coming up. It's called Bruised.
Oh, yeah.
And it involves Halle Berry. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name.
Well, just, I don't know. Halle Berry.
Halle Berry?
Just call her Berry, yeah.
And it's an interesting movie, man. I looked at the trailer. I know Invicta promoter, they had a lot to do with it, man. So Shannon Knapp, she was all over it. She's getting a lot of hype, so that's good for the promotion. Mm-hmm. Now, with that being said, man, have you watched the trailer?
I did watch the trailer, and I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was a good take on, a fighter's kind of, I guess, journey a little bit. And I'm usually not a big fan of, fight movies in general. When it, what was that one? Never Back Down. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how you feel about it, but yeah, I was just like, I had never watched any of them, so I didn't care for any of that. But seeing this trailer, it seems like she used to fight and she was in the top levels, and then she fell off, and then now she's kind of coming back. So it's a story that obviously, I mean, I felt I can kind of relate to it a little bit, and it seems like it's going to be put well together.
No, for sure, man. I mean, the fight, like I said, the promotion itself, she actually fights a UFC champion in that.
Yeah. I think there's a stare off with Shevchenko, which, if that were to really happen, poor Holly, she would get her ass beat.
No, definitely, man. I was actually waiting for you to pronounce that because I got tongue-tied just saying that, bro.
Yeah, no. She's a really great fighter. I enjoy watching her fight. She's probably actually one of my favorite fighters, male or female.
No, for sure, man. I mean, she's something I would bet for her if she fought you, but...
Yeah, me too. Me too, no.
But she is tough as nails, bro.
Yeah, the bullet, man. Yeah, she's great. But yeah, no, I think this is also going to put a bright spot on women's MMA, which I think is really coming up fairly quickly, and rightfully so. I've always been a fan of female MMA, especially when they're doing it correctly. And a lot of these female fighters, man, they're moving forward, a lot of no fear. But then on top of that, man, like all the personal things that they have to do outside of it, and I think. I think there's a little bit more pressure on them than the men because I don't think the responsibility of the men fighters, like they can kind of detach away from things. But if they're a mother, if they're whatever, like they got to do all those, things outside of the gym and then come in and train. And then, the life of a mother, right, never stops. So, and then of course on top of that, if they're holding down a job, like, yeah, that's a busy person.
That's like 2 jobs right there, man.
Easily. So I think it's going to put a good bright spot on women's MMA and hopefully, get these women paid a little bit more.
No, for sure, man. I mean, I know as far as for me, I mean, I am a huge fan of women MMA.
Yeah.
Now, I've been watching it for me personally, Hook and Shoot back in the day.
Okay, yeah.
Had an all-woman card. Mm-hmm. And I went crazy, man, because I was like, damn, you know what? They were ready, man. I mean, they were actually training. They were mixed martial artists. It wasn't just... a boxer trying to go in there. A lot of them were already training in mixed martial arts. So I'm definitely a fan.
Yeah, no, definitely. I know a lot of the locals here. We had, Fatima, and then we had Catherine Roy. I was actually a big fan of hers. She was out of Pete Spratt's. So if she's listening, please, make a comeback. And then who's the female from Ohana? Rain. Yeah.
That's another one, man. Yeah. She's tough as nails, bro.
Man, I've seen her fight. There was one fight. It was an amateur, and she head kicked the chick, and the girl just flopped over. And I was just like, ooh, that is nasty.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. Definitely put it out, bro. That was a pretty good fight, man.
Yeah.
It was hyped.
Yeah.
Now, I know she actually fought for XKO recently, man, so she's still active.
Good.
As far as Catherine Roy, I'm not sure if she retired. Maybe I'll bring her on the show one day, man.
Yeah, do it, man. I thought she had a lot of potential. I remember watching her and Mackenzie Dern when they fought here. So
that's right. They fought here in San Antonio, man. Cowboys Dance Hall.
Yeah, man. So that a lot of good action, man. I think they had a little meme about her because she did like a spinning back fist.
Yes, bro. That was. She even posted it, so she's got a good sense of humor, man.
Yeah, no, definitely. But then, and then you have, Fatima, she's all over the place, with her works, with the gym, work, and kids and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, big fan of women's MMA.
No, like you said, man, because, I mean, and not necessarily because they are women, but, I mean, for the most part, like, I'm a homebody, so I wash clothes. I don't hang them or fold them, but I do wash them. But, the wife comes home. I mean, she has 8 hours that she just finished, and she has to come home. She cooks, she cleans. It's a lot of stuff. So I give them a lot of props because they, especially being a mom, they have to be mom.
Yeah, no, exactly. It doesn't turn off.
Now, this is one thing about the movie with Halle Berry, man. She, in the movie itself, I guess she had her ex had kept her kid, and her ex passed away, so she had to start being the mom.
Take on that responsibility, yeah.
And so that whole comeback, like you said, man, it's interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Maybe we'll go watch it and go live, man. Who knows?
Dude,
we'll stream it.
I'm down for that, man.
Put a little camera in there.
Just don't try to cuddle me this time, dude.
Oh, man, I'll try, bro. I'll try. It's just, you're fluffy, bro, so it's like a pillow, man.
Hey, I not put your head right here on my chest, man. I got you.
Man, you got it, bro. You got it. Now, there's something else I wanted to talk about, man, and this is for a fight coming up in the UFC.
Okay.
With weight cutting, man. We had talked about this before.
Yeah.
Now, weight cutting, of course, it's a bitch for a lot of people, man. I mean, especially guys that are dropping 2 weight classes, dropping 30, 40 pounds. Now, we had talked about catch weights, and you are not a fan of that.
No, I'm not a fan, man. You know the rules. You know what weight you're supposed to be within. You know everything. So just make the weight. If you can't make the weight, move up. And then if you're in a spot where it's like, hey, man, I'm too small for this, weight class, but I'm also too big for that one, well, then get your skill set better, at that point. But yeah, no, catch weights, I'm really not a fan of, especially when you sign on the line saying that, hey, I'm going to meet you at this weight. No. Now, if it was a super fight, we want to see Khabib and GSP. Yeah,
exactly.
Hey, whatever fight you guys, whatever weight class you guys want to come in at, yeah, let's do it.
No, you see, and that's another thing that I was thinking, because for me, guys like Nate Diaz, I don't want to say they don't have anything to do being ranked, because obviously they'll both come over here and kick my ass. But at the same time, they keep giving them fighters that are ranked, and for me, I'd rather watch a super fight.
Yeah.
Put Nick Diaz against somebody that, like with Robbie Lawler, man, that was awesome,
Yeah, that was good to see, man. Good little throwback.
No, for sure, you see. And, of course, Lawler got the victory, so he got his revenge. But I'm a fan of that. Like you said, I mean, as far as them agreeing on the, catch weight, you know what, man, make the weight or just don't fight at all.
Yeah, no, and even with the local shows and the amateurs and stuff like that, they're like, oh yeah, I want to drop down 10, 15 pounds. And I'm like, look, homie, you have a job, you got to train, you got to do all that stuff. Fight 10 pounds less at the most of what you're walking around at, because trying to work, trying to train and all that stuff, and then on top of that, trying to lose 20, 25 pounds, in the next, 5 or 6 weeks. Yeah, don't do that. No.
No, for sure, man, because for one thing, health-wise, man.
Yeah.
You're going to do damage not now, but later on in life.
Yeah, no. And then again, promoters, if you're listening, go back to same-day weigh-ins.
Definitely.
Same-day weigh-ins, man. Those, I think that's going to help out with the health of a lot of guys just going forward. And then, of course, when you have your bigger shows, you're going to have the 2 days, right, the weigh-ins, and then also the actual fight itself. But, just trying to get these guys – just trying to get their names out there, just same-day weigh-ins.
No, for sure, man. I mean, of course, the fighter that I was referring to was Paulo Costa.
Costa.
The guy, I think, had posted that he was like at 215. So they decided to agree actually to 195, man. But it's not.
And he's missed a few fights or weights, right?
Yes, he has.
So at that point, man, his coaches need to be just telling him, hey, fight at 205 or something.
No, for sure, man. And I know it's happened. It's happened in the amateur circuit. It's happened in the UFC and Bellator. But it's just, puts a sore in the sport, man, because they're professionals and they're not acting like it. So
yeah, and then on top of that, when they're trying to make the weight, you have the people fainting at the scale.
Yes, bro. That's brutal, man. I've actually been in 2 of those here in Texas, man. Not good.
Yeah.
And I think on one of them, it actually happened in Fort Worth, where the guy was getting his blood pressure checked, and he passed out, man.
Yeah.
And that kind of freaked me out, because I could see his eyes roll back, and right there and then they call the fight, man. Smart choice.
No, very, man. God, dog. I couldn't imagine, being like, and now with this being said, right, I mean, I've dropped about 20 pounds to make weight, and that was a really shitty time, just trying to get down there. So yeah, no, I would much rather just weigh in the same, probably close to my natural weight, and then fight, a few hours later.
I mean, and of course, back then that would have been 155.
Yeah,
you were walking around close too, right?
yeah, not anymore. I
wasn't going to go there, bro.
Yeah, hey, no, I appreciate that. No, like I said, I got it, man. Don't worry. But no, it was actually for a 145-pound fight, trying to get there. So I was, I think, probably about 170, and then dropping down to 45. That wasn't fun. Like the day or two before, I'm not eating. It's just like I'm taking in water just to spit it back out. Yeah.
No, definitely, man. I know there's a post I saw a while back, and it says, don't take it personal, I'm cutting weight.
Yeah.
Of course, you're grouchy, you're hungry, you're hangry.
Everybody, you hate everybody. You don't want to be around anybody, and people are trying to hug you. Just like, no, get away from me. Stop.
You see, and that actually leads to a lot of fights at the weigh-ins, man, because people do get cranky and they don't want, somebody pushes them wrong or you push the wrong button and all hell breaks loose.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. I still remember getting into it with James Holland at one of our fights. I mean, we were at Hooters, and I've been waiting a while, and I'm hungry, and kind of gets a little close. I'm pushing him back, and it's a good little scuffle. So yeah, that's fun.
Man, were you guys fighting over who was paying the tab, or
pretty much? And it's always going to be him.
There you go, man. So, hey, man, I gotta say this, bro. And one of the things I always found not so much funny or ridiculous was that the weigh-ins were always at restaurants.
Yeah.
So you're starving. They're
bringing out food.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah. No, that's never fun, man. Yeah. And then you're waiting there for a while because the TDLR are taking forever.
Taking their sweet time.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to say any names, but, man, yeah, I hate y'all.
Hey, man, let me say, bro, I want you to go back to a topic we brought up earlier, man. This was with the whole movie, Bruised, with Halle Berry. Was what happened was Kat Zingano.
Yeah.
Now, she was actually released by the UFC because she was offered a fight, and she chose to actually take a role, but there was no paper, man. There was no contract. So the UFC released her, and they didn't even pick her up for the role.
Yeah. So
what are your thoughts on that, man?
The double whammy. So let this be a good reminder for all you young fighters and old fight, whatever. Get it on paper. First thing you want to do, you have a contract, you have whatever, an agreement, get it on paper, sign it, copy it, notarize it, whatever. But you're going to get taken advantage of at some point, because you are just a product or whatever. But get it written on paper that's saying, hey, this is what I'm owed. And I think if you do that, you'll at least listen by that. You'll get pretty far. But
no, for sure, man.
Yeah,
I mean, just like used car salesmen, there's a lot of promoters out there just trying to hype you up and not pay you. So it happens.
We've been there. We've been there. We're not.
And have you been in that situation?
Yeah, we had a couple of checks bounce. And I was like, hey man, you owe me $800, and I'd go to turn the check in and nothing. Yeah. So, and of course, trying to get a hold of a promoter after that, it's just like,
man. Phone's off.
Yeah. And now you know why his phone's off. He can't pay nobody.
Now, can you say the promoter?
If you want me to, yeah.
Why not?
It was out of King of Combat, man. There was a whole, with Ron, it was just like, there was, I don't know who else didn't get paid, but it was a good list of fighters, and we'd fought for the night, and I think, that following Monday, good to go cash the check, and there was nothing in there. It's like, oh, sweet. So
you didn't, after your fight, go to the checks cash or anything like that?
Yeah. The checks advance. No.
And I will say this, man, because I've actually heard promoters, explain some of that, and a lot of it is because the state, I guess they put a lien on the money that's in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, who's to say, but did you get paid for that fight, though?
I did, and it was just inconvenient because at the time I wasn't working. So it's just like, hey, I need that money, like ASAP. And, so having no money, I just got into a fight. I'm sore. I'm not getting paid. Like,
you're still hungry.
Yeah, I'm still hungry. Please, someone feed me.
No, you see, and let me say this, bro, because there's actually been fly-by-night promotions that have came to Texas, and I can't recall the names because they were fly-by-nights, but where the whole card just flopped, and fighters didn't get paid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with something like that, I mean, obviously I'm not on that end of the promotion end, but what would you suggest, man?
Man, just try to, again, get it on paper, lock it in. I would also line up some sponsors, man. That's the big part of us of fighters, of what they do is get sponsors. And I think the issue that some of the guys do is they try to get $500-600 like right off the bat. Hey, this is my package deal. This is that. No, man. Get a phone bill paid. Get something small, right? That they can do consistently, even if they were to lose a little bit of money on their end. But at least now I don't have to worry about the phone. Now I don't have to worry about gas or
car insurance.
Car insurance. Hell, I had a little mom and pop diner, right. And they're like, hey, look, I can't give you money, but anytime you come in here, you get to eat. All right, cool. So I was taking care of my family. Was taking like we got meals.
That's still open. Cause we can go after this, bro.
You know what? It's unfortunately it's not. It was Checkers Diner. Love that place, man. The club sandwich was great. And as you can tell, it's not much to satisfy my needs, but yeah, no, it was cool, man. And then had another place. It was they were giving me a little bit more money. It was like $300. Jackie's Auto Clinic, but he was able to every month.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and of course, as a fighter, I mean, you're promoting these businesses.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't what it is now. I mean, you're probably on MySpace trying to put them on your top 5 or something. But these days, I mean, you can actually tag. You can tag
them, all that stuff. You're doing the little mini commercials on Instagram and
exactly, bro. You see, I didn't even think about that, man. But there are so many apps on your phone that you can literally make a commercial for these people. So, fighters, if you're listening, man. Aaron's, you can hire him and he'll hold the phone for you.
Let's go, dude. I'm down. Like I said, man, I'm all about mentorship. So if you guys need any help or instructions or guide, let's come through.
For sure, man. And I know you said that before, man, and that's pretty awesome of you, man, because a lot of people, they go into this not knowing, and a lot of times they don't get the help.
Yeah.
The coach is there, of course, doing the coach job. They don't have managers, of course, because they're starting off, but getting the advice from somebody who's been through it, of course, definitely helps.
It's always fun.
Now, let me ask you this, bro. And you made a good point. Now, as far as the sponsorship goes, on my end, I mean, I have sponsored fighters, and I got to say, if you get sponsored, it's not going to be in the thousands. It's not going to be, might not even be in the hundreds, man. Yeah. But as a company, we expect feedback.
Yeah.
We expect at least, put the shirt on, put shorts on. And, it's something so simple, yet a lot of people don't do it, man. So that's probably why they don't keep getting sponsors. So no.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a big disconnect between sponsors and fighters and their athlete or product or whatever. So it's like, how do we fix that? How do we make it more consistent between the two? And I think just a little bit more maybe, conversations between the two is like, hey, this is the expectations, this is the standard of what we're expecting. With us giving you money, can you hold up to that, standard?
End of the bargain, man.
Yeah. And, with fighters, man, we're not the smartest bunch. So it's
you're getting hit in the head.
You're tired. You're getting hit. There's probably not a lot of us that went to college, so that's that's where we're at. And it's not a knock on that, but it's just like being realistic on what those what those companies are dealing with. They're dealing with guys that might have never seen this amount of money, or they don't understand. Have never done it. Don't understand that amount of responsibility.
For sure, man. Because my thing is, I talk to amateur fighters, I talk to regional professionals, I talk to UFC fighters, and my thing is always, you always want to give back. You always want to make sure you do promote the businesses, because come your next fight, man, they're not going to come back.
Yeah.
So they check in, do what you can, but at the same time, man, because you're in the UFC. And I'm going to quote Aaron Rosa. The guy, local guy.
Oh, yeah.
The guy's still training with Pete. And I'm still waiting for him to come out of retirement, man. So, he'd probably get Fedor a run for his money, bro.
Yeah.
Aaron.
I'm down.
You out there.
Get it.
But one of the things that he said one time, man, was that, because I told him, I said, man, you're in the UFC. He had finally made it. And he says, yeah. He said, I'm in there, but now I got to make sure I stay in there.
Yeah.
Because that's the fight, man. Once you get in there, I mean, you can't lose. You can't have a boring fight, of course, but... for those that do make it, like CJ Vergara, of course, he's going to be making his debut in New York.
Yeah.
So definitely, man.
Yeah, that's exciting for him. And you know what? Funny thing about Aaron Rosas is that when Bellator came into town and he fought for him, I had done some magic and I got to the back area.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I was wondering what you were doing back there, bro.
Yeah. They was like, Aaron, how do you manage to do this? I'm like, I don't know. I just do it. Aaron, I actually have your banner from that fight. And I
wow.
and I took a picture of it, and there's a black couple that took a picture with me because they thought I was Aaron Rosa, and I was like, no, I'm not. But, you know,
you're the stand-in.
Yeah, I was a stand-in, and but yeah, I had that up in my garage for all these years now. But yeah,
oh wow, man, definitely.
I'm sure it's still in there somewhere. But yeah.
Hey man, bring it in here. We'll use it as wallpaper, man. I still got some empty spots in the studio. But man, that's actually pretty cool, man. So yeah, definitely Aaron, man. Check it out.
Check it out, man. I get that. I think I also have like Roger Huerta, his autograph on it. And yeah, I mean, they're like, oh man, I didn't know your last name was Rosa when guys would come over and train. I was like, no, it's Suarez. This is Rosa's banner.
Yeah, dude, that's funny, bro. But it happens, man. And you know what? And I gotta look for it, man. But I know somebody actually kept, I think it was a Bellator banner that was up front. And I wanted it, bro. Like I was like, man, I want to take that, you know, just to. But
you should have asked. You should have asked me, man. I got.
There you go. Now I know.
Yeah, dude. I think even one of the amateur shows, Jimmy Flick, his brother, he had gotten hurt or whatever. So I just, I walked in the cage. Hey, man, you okay? All right, yeah, I'm good. Here, let me get those gloves real quick. And I took off his gloves, and then I gave them to one of my teammates. And I was like, here, hold on to this, man, because they're going to search me. And so we would take gloves like that too. So
no, yeah. Man. You see, and then that's funny, dude, because I've actually taken ring cards.
Yeah. And
I don't take them because, of anything other than nostalgia. But
yeah, I
always try to get them autographed, dude. And by that time, everybody's already, home.
You know what? I have, I guess it'd be a vintage now, but was it Ice Cold? Who's the kid from Pete Spratt's or from Rodrigo? Colabate or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
He actually signed one of those cards for me.
Oh, nice,
yeah.
Man.
And I was just like, I know you're like 11 or something or 13 at the time. I was like, but here, sign this for me because I'm pretty sure later on you're going to blow up. So, and
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't think it's even in cursive.
Oh man,
it's not. You know what I'm saying?
So I was already going through that transition.
Yeah, just kind of like, hey, how do I write cursive? Like, just put your name on it, kid.
Put an X and we're good.
Yeah.
Dude, and that's actually funny you say that because as a kid growing up, I mean, I used to write in cursive, of course. You know, I'm old, but my signature now, the M is in cursive and the rest is in freaking. Regular. Yeah, man, it's just regular, man. And I don't know. Everybody's always like, dude, why do you do that? And it's just. I grew up on the west side, man. Nobody told me otherwise.
Yeah. Leave me alone.
I signed the damn check. Come on.
I have that
it's
one. I also have Jamal Emmers. He signed one of my cards too. So.
Oh, nice, bro. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm always trying to get a good collection.
Oh, you see, and I'm in the same boat, man. I know. I had a poster. Who was it? Cain Velasquez went to. Yeah. To a promotion, he made an appearance, and MMA Overload is where it was, man, and I kept it, and it's just, it was an accident, of course, but somehow it turned up in my car.
Yeah, well, the first time I saw Pete was when he came in at the Cowboys, and they had their first promotion there.
Oh, that's right,
with Jesse James, yeah, and so he came in along with Chris Lieben.
Right.
And they signed my tickets. So
nice.
yeah. Chris Lieben, he was drunk.
Oh yeah, he was a mess, bro. He was yelling at everybody.
Yeah, and I was just
like, fun, but
yeah, I was like, hey, just like on the show. All right.
He is a celebrity. But you know what though, man? The guy did retire from bare knuckle fighting.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if he's coming back, but I mean, the guy was a showman. Definitely went out swinging.
I kind of hope he doesn't though.
Just
stay safe, man. Just. Go do something else. Go do podcasting.
Exactly, bro. You can come to this podcast, bro. I'll put him on here. My man, I want to thank you, bro. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up.
Sounds great.
But we're going to start another segment in a few minutes. But is there anything you want to add to this, bro?
No, man. Well, shoot. I say no, right? But no, young fighters, man. Just be smart. Get it on paper. Know what your worth is, but also understand what the companies what they can probably give you, and just make sure it's something consistent over the next few months, so that way at least you can start working on building a brand and kind of just going from there, man. But yeah, don't try to get the whole thing at once, little by little.
No, for sure, man. Aaron Suarez, once again, thank you, bro, for stepping in.
Yeah, no problem.
Now, for those listening, this is the Fight Card Podcast. I want to thank my sponsors right quick. GearedUpNutrition.com. We've got FightSocks.com as well as HKAUSA.com. So check them out. Subscribe to this channel. And until next time, follow up.